Good morning and welcome to the pre-market live show. It is Monday, November 4th, and here we go. Let's see what's happening the day before the election. Let's kick it off. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice, so always do your due diligence. And here we go. I'm waiting for that heat map to cross over. Actually, it must have because it was more green on Friday, so it definitely had to change over. And here, let's roll through. Microsoft's up 0.12%, Apple's down 0.5%, Amazon's down 0.72%, Tesla's down 2%, Nvidia is up 2.37%. And so let's take a look and see what's going on. We have our Jolie's jumpers to take a look at. So let me take a look at them bad boys real quick. Let me hop into there and see what they're up to real quick. I have them right here. Here we go. ASPI. Let's look at it this morning, see what's going on here. ASPI. Here we go. It is just all right. That's today's date. Okay, so let's see. 7.79 to $8. So it did run up a little bit. It's at 7.87, a little higher up than it was when it opened, and not looking too bad. It is all the way up at the top there. So you got to be careful with that bad boy. And here we go with BAOS. Whoop, BAOS. Here we are. This is a China company. Looked like I had a weird look there on Friday, so let me look at it, and I bet it is popped up here. Hold on, let me type it in here. BAOS. Nah, it's not doing anything yet, but watch for this thing to try to bounce. Maybe it is on the web bowl. Let me just take a quick look and see. Oh, that one's uploading. Hold on. I'll come back to Web Bowl. It's still uploading. But it did have that nice big bounce on Friday. So watch this thing. BAOS. We're gonna have to keep an eye on that bad boy right there because that one could be looking really good. How about BLNK? What's that? I can't type today. BLNK. That's at 204. It was looking good on Friday. I think it starts going back up to that 225 area, at least back up to the 210 and see if it can get moving. So I think we're going to get set back up for BLNK. It looks like it did cross through right there. Let me see. And it crossed through, but I'm looking for it to crawl back up again. So that's BLNK, CGBS, Crown LNG Holdings. I know we've looked at this a few times before. Took a nice dip back there. Was that Friday? Yeah. And today it looks pretty decent. So let me take a look at this CGBS. What's it doing? Opened at 28, went up to 33, and came back to 28 already. So it did run up and it's just flat now. So I'll keep an eye on that, see if it wants to continue to run up. And that's CGBS. How about our DJT? What's that looking like? Down $1.67 this morning. It was there where it could do either thing. So I guess it's going to pull back here. Probably not a good look, but it is doing that. It's curled through, but it will set back up and get rolling again. So just watch for it in the next day or two to try to bounce. That's why I was watching it off of that 20 to see what it wanted to do. And let's look at drug DRUG. This thing's been crazy. DRUG. And this thing wants to curl back up into the top. Holy cow, this thing is wild. Yeah, watch for it to see if it can curl through. I'll be surprised if it curls back up and keeps rolling, but it won't. I guess it's not the end of the world because it built a nice base, and yeah, this thing went crazy from like $3 to 48 real quick, and it just stuck up there. Usually they dip down. This one's making a base and wants to continue higher. So keep your eye on that drug, DRUG. That's a crazy one. Bright Minds Bioscience. That one's definitely a wild one right there. And yeah, they had something crazy going on. I forget what it was. But GSAT, let's look at that because that was rolling up. And let's see what it's doing this morning. GSAT. It was running up Friday in the after hours, 108 to 179, and this morning 157, and it actually dipped down to 145, and right now it's at 150. So it did run up in the after hours on Friday, and I'll have to see. It's just sitting right there. It's a hard one to get a look at to tell what it wants to do. HCWC, Healthy Choice Wellness. I know we looked at this. This is one of them new IPO ones, and I was saying, keep an eye on it. it could start to curl up there. It's in the basement right now, and let's just keep an eye on it because I think it is going to start to curl up now. And I think maybe that bottom it could have been on Friday when it got down to 165. We're back to 169. So just keep an eye on this. Our 20 is coming down. It's at 209. We're at 169 right there. So we'll keep an eye on that HCWC and see what it wants to do. Holo, let's see what Holo's doing. Let's see if it's trying to bounce. It was bouncing the other day. Let's see if it's trying to continue. It's at 321 to 340 this morning and back to 313. What did it open? It closed at 313. So it gapped up and then came back down. So you got a little run this morning on Holo. We were looking at that, and we'll see if it wants to cross through and continue. Who knows? Most of them don't want to. So we'll take a look at that. But HRYU is looking like it wants to try to run back up. This one ran like a maniac the other day. And like I said yet last night, the charts are literally they look like two different charts here. So I'm gonna wait for HRYU to open up and see how that looks because mine's probably more accurate though. I'd have to imagine November 4, 30 cents to 31 and back to 24. It looks like it's pulling back right here. But again, let me take a better look at that one because the charts are all wacky. I'm gonna say it's pulling back off of mine and it is this morning's date. So that's what it looks like at the moment to me. NUWE, another one we had looked at, they have earnings coming up on the 11th. So that's next Monday. And this thing just kind of bounced up there and popped. It might have been a tough one to see. It came off the 50 right there. But I know we were looking at it before, but like I said, I don't know if you would have known. Well, my chart looks way down. I'm telling you, these charts are so different. It's crazy. Um, Mine you kind of could see a little bit better, but I don't know. It just kind of popped up there this morning. So what is it at? It opened at 250, it went to 302, and it's back to 258. So again, these web bull, I mean, they're just shooting up early in the morning and coming back down. OMIC, that one's up this morning. Check this out. OMIC. Oh, if I could type it in. Oh my goodness. OMIC. Here we go. It ran up Friday, $13 to 21. And then this morning it opened at 21 and went up to 21.99. It's sitting at 21.25 and still doesn't look too bad up there. So that's OMIC, and that's a popper this morning. How about fun? Is that pulling back? I bet. It looked like it needed to anyway, so we'll take a look at Fun, PHUN, and it is pulling back there. So we'll find that bottom. The 50's back down at 490. Not sure if it's coming down that far, but we'll look at it and see what it wants to do there. And PLTR, I know they have their earnings coming up on today. And it is kind of pulling back. I think PLTR has to pull back, and it was up at the top like crazy. So even if they had good earnings, I said last night, the chart looked like it wanted to pull back. How about Rivian? This was trying to set up and was just kind of bouncing around last week. It's sitting right there. They have earnings coming up on the 7th, which is this Thursday. And I think Rivian's trying to get set up to run, guys. And we've been talking about it. So watch for your bottoms on Rivian. And it probably was the other day around $10.01 right there on the 31st, Halloween. That was probably going to be your bottom. And I think it's going to start curling back up, Rivian. So keep your eyes on that one. And SMCI, that's Smith Micro, or is that the other one? Hold on, wait, no, that's the Super Micro. That's Super Micro chip computer, SMCI. But that one is trying to bounce back up, I would say. It does have its earnings. When are they? Tomorrow on election day. That's right. And it does look like it's trying to curl back up. We'll have to keep an eye on it today, obviously, see if that's what it's trying to do there. So I'll keep an eye on that and see if it's trying to bounce. It is at the bottom down there now. So it could very well could try to bounce back up. SMCI, they could announce that they had found a new auditor or something, and And then all of a sudden that could start popping back up real quick on that bounce. So I'm just giving you an example of what can happen. Not saying that happened. I just scrolled down, didn't see any news, but SRM, this one was moving this morning. SRM. That's SRM Entertainment. And I know we were looking at this recently, and it ran up on Friday, 71 to 94, and then today 93 to 99, but back down to 80, and it's sitting at 86 right now. So SRM, it's not looking bad, but again, they just run up super fast in the morning and then they come back down. So VSTE, that is way up. VSTE, that's up like $3.33 VSTE. And it's been running up. It ran up Friday from 2 to 8, and then this morning from 541 to 1088. So that's Vast Renewables, and that's in Australia. Solar, we looked at this one plenty of times too. It's way at the top now. So obviously be careful. And there you go. That's our Joey's jumpers right there. So thank you very much for them, Asian Joe Lee. And let me take a look and see what you guys want to see. Luis Rodriguez, he already hit two of them that we just looked at, SMCI and DJT. And like I said, DJT does look like it's pulling back right there. So we'll watch it. I know we were watching it on the 20, so we had no idea. And they are pulling back. What's the market looking like? Nvidia is the only one that's really green on this on the big caps on this the super or the 7 the mag 7, couldn't even think of it. So yeah, that's the only one. Microsoft and Google are just like a little flat, and Apple, Meta, Amazon, and Tesla are down. So we'll see how that opens up right there. Let me just take a quick look at the scanner and see what's going on real fast. Let's just see what's happening on a Monday morning here as we open up, and then I'll take a look at you guys because we might hit some of these bad boys real quick. So let me just take a look. E-Labs down there in the basement. CTM bounced up. HRYU, like I said, that thing looks like it wants to try to curl back up. It's right there on the scanner too. I would imagine this thing's gonna roll back up and get wild right there. HRYU. And we looked at all them, looked at all that. SVMH. We were looking at that last week, and that one was just kind of pulling back there. Let it pull back. I'll keep my eye on it. That'll be a good setup when it's ready. So I'll let you know. I know that TARA was up this morning. We'll look at that in a second. Keep an eye on this LILM. That's at Germany Aerospace and Defense. It's starting to curl now, so we'll get some pops out of that this week, I bet. LILM. And everything else we looked at, that TARA. This was moving this morning. Let me check it out. Oh, it ran from 254 to 259. I thought it got up even higher than that, but I guess not. Is that today's date? No, it doesn't even say. I know on stock charts it was moving. It's at 275 this morning. It says it's up 28 cents in the pre-market. So mine and Finviz aren't even showing it. And is Web Bull here? Let me see. It's up now. Tara. Let's look at it. 247 is what it says here. So what did mine say? I forget. 241. Yeah, all the prices are different. It's kind of weird. Finviz says 247, but like I said, Stock Twits does say it popped up a little bit in the pre-market to 275. So they're usually pretty accurate with that. And let me check out the messages real quick and see what you guys want to see. Here we go. MLGO. Let's look at it, Irish Lucky. MLGO. Let's see. This one looks like it wants to roll off and get cruising up even higher as well. And I'm telling you, these China stocks are looking good. Yeah, MLGO looking really good right there. Let me look at the yin and the yang real quick. The yin is up right now and curling up right there. That's actually looking pretty nice. The yin is. Let's just see, but we know they like to hit that line and come crashing down. So that's what it looks like it's going to do. The yang did a reverse split. That's right. It was reverse splitting on November 1st. after the market Friday. I was like $72. So the Yang did do a reverse split, and you know what they like to do after they reverse split, guys. So and it's setting up, I'm telling you. I think the Yang is going to set up right here and get cruising. They both it's kind of bizarre that they both kind of look set up, to be honest. But I would see the Yin falling back down, and what the heck is this? The Yang. This one's well, because it's showing the reverse split from 363 to $72, which is not accurate on mine because it reverse split. So that's a crazy look. But yeah, I think the Yang's about to move. It's right on that 20, curled up, looking good. And our Yin's gonna hit that line and come back down. You can see it. The 20's pushing it down. So it is curled up. It's not gonna get crossed through. And the Yin is going to be coming down, and that Yang is going to start ripping. And it is off of a split right there. So keep an eye on that. GRI, that's up 6 cents. I know that was moving last week, and it came back down. It ran up on the 21st, came back down on the 29th, and now it just immediately popped back up there. Let me take a look at it this morning, and it still looks pretty healthy to continue its way up. So it's getting by the top. So just be careful if you're going to look at it. Make sure it gets into the top. And I saw the cheetah was moving. CTNT. I saw it on StockTwit, so let's see if it's moving on here. It is 261, not doing anything. Let me look real quick on here because I swore I saw that one was up a little bit earlier. Let me just type it in, CTNT, and that was up 3 cents, it said. So it's at 258. And so that's the cheetah, and it looks like it's trying to curl up right there. So we'll keep an eye on it. It was pulling back. And on mine, it looks like it's trying to bottom out and curl. So I'll keep an eye on the cheetah CTNT today and see what it's trying to do right there, Irish Lucky. And then we did do the SMCI and our DJT right there. So they're good. Like I said, they both look like they're just kind of pulling back on us right there. So let's just see. And the market is kind of pulling. Well, SMCI is kind of, I was going to say that one was curling up and DJT was pulling back. So let me correct myself. Yeah, DJT is down like $2.01 right now. So watch it. But I'm telling you, I bet this thing starts to bounce right back up. Has that look like it's trying to stop itself and it's going to start curling. Wouldn't even be surprised if it does it today, guys. So you got to see how this market opens up today and what's going on. Let's look at the poly market real quick and just see what's up here. I went through that last night, that chart, and let's just see. We'll look at the presidential election, and it's at almost 60-40, 57.5 to 42.5. So and exactly what I was saying. Remember, I was breaking it down last night, and I said if they were to meet, Trump would bounce up, she would bounce down. That's exactly what you see going on. Let's look at the other one, the what the popular vote, because this one was crazy. She was way up there, and he's going to start making that curl right now. So she is at like 74% to 26% for the popular vote, and it looks like you're about to see it just spin around. I don't know. I mean, it looks like she's so topped out, it's got to come down, and this has got to pop up. So we'll take a look at that. I never even noticed that one before. I was only looking at the one, and that was the presidential election. And now I didn't even notice all of these. I mean, I was kind of looking last night, but a bunch of them pulled up. We have Hawaii's presidential election winner and all kinds of, I guess, holy cow. You do like this is wild. I guess you can do like every state. That's pretty crazy. I have to go through this today. I didn't even realize you could do all that. So I'll have to take a peek at this later and see what's going on with that. I got to go through and see these all day out from the election. So maybe I'll do a little video while I'm going through them and just kind of rock and roll and tell you what I see and break them all down. But again, I did them last night, and the Trump is bouncing exactly like I said, and she's coming back down off the presidential election winner. So it's doing exactly what I thought it would and should. So at least that's at least normal. And like I said, the popular one that would be like 1,000% popper right there, setting up for Trump. That's exactly what it looks like. I would be like, well, we're taking that one because that's about to pop. And so that's them markets right there. Let's look at our big caps and all them bad boys. And the SPY is up $1.03. And I'm telling you, it has a good base. I don't think it's getting under this 570 down here, or at least not back to 569. I doubt you'll see it. If you see it, it's touching it and coming back up. It is making room on the chart to set up to get bullish. And let's look at our GameStop real quick because that was setting up. It's down 11 cents. It's kind of just flat. But just keep an eye on it. Watch and see if we can get it back into the 21s, and it's going to be perfect. Your 20 and 50 are meeting up, and it's looking really good. AMC is just sitting there, but I'm telling you, this thing is setting up, guys. So keep your eyes on AMC. It is 449 to 451, so it's up a little bit more this morning. And I'm telling you, this thing is setting up right there. They have earnings coming up on the 6th, which is Wednesday, a day after the election, and it is looking good. I don't know what the heck they have going on there, but AMC is looking decent. Um, what else? Chewy. That is up $1.33, and this one is curled up. And if it curls through, it's going to run. I don't know it's going to. I think it just popped up and it's setting up. So we'll keep our eye on that and see what it wants to do. And let's look at Apple because I put that in first. And that one's just pulling back, making a base right there. You're going to see Apple start bouncing back up, and it's looking quite bullish up there. So it needed to make that room, and now's a good time to start looking at Apple because I think it's going to build that base right there, see if it pulls back anymore. But I think it's going to be pretty safe to look for that low price and get bouncing. And let's take a look at NVIDIA. NVDA because that was up this morning. That's up 303. And this one is curling, not exactly curling. Their earnings are coming up. They have their earnings the 20th. This was the only one that wasn't with all the others. And it is. It's just jumped up there. And it's setting up to be bullish. Just watch it jump around right now. Could pull back a little as it's setting up in the next few days, but it's looking good to get set up. NVIDIA. And let's look at Google. That's down 21 cents, and it looks like it's way at the top. I would assume, and honestly, it looks like Friday was the low, but well, I'll keep an eye on it because it's way up there, and it looks like it needs to pull back. I think it needs to pull back to like the 167 area. So we'll look at that bad boy and see if it's going to pull back or if it's trying to bounce up. And that's Google, GOG, Amazon, AMZN down $1.36 and setting up super bullish. So watch it for like $1.91 area, and then it's gonna get set up. So Amazon, we're gonna be hitting the holiday season here, and you know Amazon's gonna get ripping. So it did pop up there. And we looked at it. It was the one that we thought was going to pop. I actually had crushed that option last week. That was a perfect shot right there. And yeah, let it pull back. And like I said, it's setting up to be right around in the 190s, the lower 190s, and Amazon's going to bounce. So let's look at Meta, META. That's down 323. And let's see. I think it does have to come back to them 550. So I think Meta's going to pull back and then set up to get blast off right there. So let Meta pull back a little bit, and then that'll be a perfect one. Microsoft. This one's just kind of pulling back as well, but setting up. And they all recently had their earnings, but Microsoft is setting up to be bullish. So keep your eye on it for any dips. Its bottom could have been that on Halloween when it got down to that 406. It's at 410 right now, and it is looking pretty good down there. So I was just looking at its low in August when it was down at what 385 back there. But yeah, it's at 410 right now, and I think it's building that base and it's going to start getting moving. But you can just keep a look on Microsoft to find that lower price. They're all just setting up. I don't think they're doing anything crazy during the election right now. So, and Tesla's kind of pulling back, but you know it's going to roll off here, coming back to that 237 area, and then it's going to roll off the MACD and get popping. So that's your Mag 7, and that was Tesla right there. And they, like I said, most of them pulling back, but setting up to get bullish. And obviously, the election's a day out, so I wouldn't expect any of these to be that crazy. If anything, look at the China small caps because they'll probably try to be popping. Let's look at the heat map. Still looks the same. And let me go ahead and look at the laptop travels, the laptop lowdowns real quick and check out what's going on there. And I'll tell you what's happening with our news stories. Wall Street's counting on Powell to keep Fed rate cuts on track. They're saying another 0.25% on Thursday. Again, election tomorrow. Fed talks Thursday. So you have to figure these big caps are pulling back and just hanging out this week. I don't think it's going to be a crazy week, but I'll tell you what, they're going to find that bottom, and so are we, and we're going to pop them going up. But again, at the same time, we can hit all these China small caps and the other poppers while everything else is setting up. So we'll do that. Here's the big barrier Amazon stock must overcome to reach fresh highs. I have no idea what that is. That's on Market Watch or something like that. Stock futures climb ahead of presidential election. The video rises on Dow inclusion, and the dollar drops as some U.S. polls shift towards Harris. So we shall see what happens, and I will break down that all today. Like I said, I'll do a video later and go through all of them, the political charts, because there's a ton of them. I mean, I just keep scrolling down. Will Hunter Biden get pardoned? Trump in jail before the election. I mean, there's like a million of them. I keep scrolling and they just keep coming up. Holy cow. Is that it? No, more. Holy cow. There's got to be like hundreds of them. So, yeah, I'll cruise through some of these today. Just roll through. I'll make a video because that'll be kind of interesting. And, it's all crazy. But right now it says that, it is what 57.7 to 42. So Trump 57.7, Harris 42.4, and that's the presidential election odds right there. And let's go ahead and look at our laptop lowdowns, and then I'll check and see if you guys want to see anything else. And I know I took a picture of them and saved them, so I would have them. Here we go. ADTX. Let's see if any of these are actually moving yet. We might have to take a better look at a lot of these this today as the market opens. This one's not doing anything. It still has Friday's date, so I'll just bring them up on mine and take a quick look. I know a lot of them look great, but we might have to just take a look. AEHL is also on Friday's date. But another one in that basement just setting up right there. So ANIK, let's see what that's up to. That one took a nice dip. Well, I'll definitely be watching this one. ANIK. I don't think it's doing anything yet. Nah, that's still Friday's date, but that's one I'll be keeping my eye on for a setup. Oh, AOMR. AOMR, Angel Oak Mortgage. That one's down in the basement there. AOMR. AOMR. There we go. I don't know why them letters are messing me up. But yeah, that one looks like it's about to curl up. Keep your eyes on that one. Is that today's date? No, that's Friday. But as of Friday, that was looking really healthy. AOMR. So keep an eye on that. ATNI. Let's see that one. Oh, that's a nice dip too. I'll keep an eye on this one. ATNI. I doubt it's doing anything yet. Yeah, it's Friday's date, but that's a nice dip. I'll keep an eye on that one. Edible EDBL. Let's see that one. That one's in the basement. Let me see if it's doing anything yet today. Because that one's going to get set up. Actually, it is 13. It's just at 13 cents. What did close at? 13. So it's just getting ready to open where it closed. And we'll keep an eye on Edible. That one's going to be getting set up soon. FSUN, FSUN, First Sun Capital Bank Corp was way down. I remember seeing this one. Big dip, 35.70 right there. FSUN, let's see if it's set up yet. It's still pulling back there. It has Friday's dates. They're not doing anything. But yeah, that's one we're definitely going to keep an eye on as well because FSUN is going to be a bouncer. You can see that one, and I'm not so sure it's going to bounce immediately, but I'll keep an eye on it today and let's see what it wants to do. HMST, Home Street. This one's another one that took a nice huge dip right there. HMST. And yeah, this one's going to get set up. We'll obviously be keeping our eye on that one. HOFV, Hall of Fame Resort Entertainment. Wow, they took a huge. This one I could bounce. HOFV. Let me see. This is Friday's date clearly. Watch for this one to try and possibly bounce today. HOFV. If not, obviously it'll stay down in the basement, but it has that look where it could possibly bounce back up. It's not doing anything yet, but keep an eye on it. This morning, the lottery, LTRY, I traded this one a bunch before, and this one has pulled back. It's at 30 cents. Maybe we'll keep an eye on this and see that that wants to bounce back up. Lottery, it's not looking bad. It has Friday. Oh, that is today's date. 31 cents is where it closed at 29 Friday, and it's at 31 and looking pretty good to try to bounce up. So watch the lottery, LTRY. That looks like it's a little better today. MGPI, let's look at that one. MGPI up 98 cents. That might be Friday's date. Let me see. MPGI. There we go. MPGI. No, hold on. MG, right? MGPI. Yeah, there we go. Holy cow. Um, that one was dipping Friday, so let's just see what it wants to do. It did. It just kind of pulled back. I couldn't tell if it was today's date or not, but that is Friday's date, and it's just pulling back there. So MGPI will be a good one to try to bounce off that bottom. MTNB. Let's see that one. That one's down. I know we looked at this before, MTNB, and it was pulling back and it's kind of flat. I think it's making a base down here finally, and we'll catch that pop too. MTNB and RCKY, Rocky Brands. Let's see what they're up to. That took a nice dip. Watch for this one, RCKY, to try to bounce. Yeah, this one could have a bounce on it. That's Friday's date, and it closed at 2047. But watch RCKY. It's looking pretty decent right there. SVCO. Let's see what that's up to. SVCO here. Cross through. They have earnings coming up. I know it did run up when it was like a day out right there on the 29th. And right now it's actually curled through and not looking too bad. Well, I'll keep an eye and see if it's trying to curl up right there. Maybe that tries to move. SVMH, I was saying this morning, keep an eye on this because this one's down there and it's going to get set up right there. So I'll be watching it. TMTC, is that TMT Acquisition Corp? It's not the metals company. And this one's way down there too. It's a shell company. And TMTC, yeah, keep an eye on this thing. This one, uh, October 28th was at like 1235. And even the day before that, on the 25th, it was at 1260. And then on Halloween, it came down to 560. So I'm not sure what's going on with that shell company, but it did pull back and it's in the basement. And we'll watch for that to try to set up. And how about TTOO? T2 Biosystems. This is still in the basement right there and just kind of setting up. We were looking at it last week, and I'll keep an eye to see when it wants to set up. And there's our laptop lowdowns. Thank you very much, Laptop Travel. And let me see what else you guys have here. MGPI is doing something this morning. Let me see. I'll look on my web bowl. Let me look on here and see what it's doing. MGPI. Got to have like 19. Yeah, you're right. It is up to 4650, and mine shows at 4552. And what does Finviz? So yeah, you have to have like 19 platforms up. Oh, actually, you're right. Finviz shows it up this morning at 4650. So that one's up. Mine's not moving. And you're right, on Webbull it is trading. So I'm telling you, it's the wackiest thing. These charts are all out of whack, and you don't know what one's moving and what's not. But yeah, it is actually moving. So that Friday could have been that bottom on MGPI. So keep a look at that one. And that low is 45.48, and it's at 46.50 right now. And it is at that bottom, trying to curl up there. So not looking too bad. MGPI. So there you go. And NHOFV. Let me see what that's doing here this morning on the HOFV is this Web Bull says it's not, it says closed and doesn't give me anything. HOFV. Oh, HOFV. Mine just shows the Friday. Let's see if Finviz is on it. HOFV. Nope, none of them are on it. So it could be trading, but I don't see it anywhere. But yeah, I'll look at that one too. RVSN, you got it. Let's look at the railroad one here, Rail Vision. This one looked like it was doing well last week. Let's say that. And it's just flat and curling up. I think that it starts to try to move some more. It does have Friday's date. It flattened out, but it is curled up and looking good. I think Real Vision gets moving. And I looked at them yin and yang, but I'll tell you again, the yin, it's funny, they both look good, but the yin's gonna hit that line crossing up and come down. You can see it hitting the 20 coming down right there, and the yang is getting set up to get moving. So off that reverse split, it did reverse split it. It was actually curled up this morning. It's sitting right there on the 20, and we already know what they like to do off the reverse split. So we'll keep an eye on it. But like I said, that 20's curled up, looks good, and the yin doesn't look like it's going to cross through. It's setting up, but we know that look, and we know that that's going to pull back. So the yin should pull back, the yang should go up right there. And yeah, I don't I looked on there to oh, Trading View shows pre-market. I'll have to bring up Trading View next one. I thought with the web bullet would show me everything. And that's weird because mine doesn't show the HOFV. So I guess Trading View is a little better because yeah, it just has November 1st. Interesting. But yeah, you need like 17 different platforms now to get pre-market to see what the heck's going on. It's bizarre. But there you go. I think I got everybody's MLGO. Yeah, we looked at MLGO and CTNT and GRI and all them bad boys. I think we got everything. Let me just hop on to the stock twits and see what's going on over there real fast. Um, Oh, that VKTX. Remember we were looking at it last night, and it that Viking Therapeutics was up this morning. It was running up a little bit more. Let me see what it was. VKTX. It opened at 87.99, got up to 91.70, and it's back to 76.86 right now. So it did run up. I saw it up this morning. So again, these things on Webbo are just flying early in the morning, pulling back. What is TJTX? TJ Therapeutics. That one's pulling back right there. Maxon's on there. Remember, I said MAXN looked like it was good. It's on there. It says this says it was pulling back. Let me see. What's it doing? That is today's date, 1064 to 1260, back to 1030. So another one did pop up there, but could be pulling back. I'll keep an eye on MAXN, but it was looking really good. It's getting towards the top. ALT all what's Altamoon or however you say that company. Let that one setting up. Watch this one to try to roll off right here. I'll keep an eye on it and see what it wants to do, but it's hitting that line. I'll look at that today and see if it wants to roll off. BCRX, let's see that one. BCRX. Let's look. BioCryst therapeutic or pharmaceuticals. That one was just pulling back there. Is that today's date? 870 down to 796, and it's at 805. So they have earnings coming up, it looks like, on today. So we'll take a look at that, but it looks like it's kind of pulling back there. And that DJT is down. VRNA, what's that one? VRNA. That one was kind of pulling back too. They just had their earnings, but that's setting up to be pretty bullish there. VRNA. Yeah, it ran up today 35.99 to 38 and back down to 34. It actually is pulling back on mine, so just be careful there. INOD and Derm. There you go. Remember Derm, DERM? We were looking at this last week, and this one jumped up. It crawled through and got running. So there you go. Derm, 695 to 711 this morning, and back down to what is it, 689 right now. So that is DERM, and that's at Journey Medical Corp. We looked at that last week, and yeah, they got mostly red for our Mag 7. Microsoft's down, Apple's down a little, Amazon's down, Tesla's down like 2%, and the Google's down, Meta's down, and Nvidia's up 1.5%. So that's what the heat map looks like a day before the election. And there we go. I would say that's a pretty good free market show right there. We think we covered everything, but bam. And yeah, and now yeah, which one is going to be trading on like all day, 22 hours? You posted that. Was that Robinhood, right? Is Robinhood or is it Webbull? I forget which one it was, but one of them is going to be trading like 22 hours a day. It must be Webbull, I would think. I don't remember, but one of them is going to be trading like almost 24 hours. It's crazy. So that's insane. And it's just going to make everything very volatile because the European um side of the country will be trading our stuff because they can do it now. Right before they go to bed, they'll be trading. That's what you see crypto. You see crypto take them certain pops during the American hours right now. You see it running, and then you start to see it pick back up around 10, 11 o'clock at night when the European and the Asian markets start really crushing it. So you'll start to see that in our market once it starts doing that and trading all them hours. Oh, the entire market's going to change. Oh, wow. I didn't even realize the entire market's going to change. I have to look into that. I never even looked into it. I saw you post it and I saw a few other things about it, but never really looked at it. So I'll have to look into that today and see exactly what it is. But yeah, apparently the whole market's going to be trading like 22 hours and a day. It's going to be crazy. So, some of these platforms are going to be really getting crazy. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Appreciate the link there. I'll even repost it and I'll definitely check that out. Thank you, Laptop Travel. And yeah, I'm going to look at that because that is coming up soon and it's something that just started being talked about. And I honestly didn't even really look at it in full. So I will today and check it out and do a little research and see exactly what that's going to do because that will absolutely affect the market. So I want to know what's happening there. So there we go, a pre market a day out from election and I will keep you guys updated. And like I said, I'll hop on. Maybe I'll do a live show in a little bit and run through the presidential elections things. That'll be fun. So yeah, I'll do it. So yeah, look for a link in a little bit, and later on, maybe this afternoon, I'll jump on and bang through the presidential election ones and have fun there. And the extended hour times are going to be what? Extended trading would be take place from a 1:30 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. Eastern time. That's crazy. On all weekdays, excluding holidays, subject to regulatory approval. Wow, that's pretty wild. Yeah, I'm definitely looking into that today. Thanks, Laptop Travel. Appreciate that. And appreciate everybody hanging out. Laptop Travel, our Asian Joe Lee with our Joey jumpers. Greatly appreciate them. East Coast Beach Girl, Irish Lucky, Quid, Bong, Pre, Chan, Money, Shider's on there. Clancy, Stonky Stonks 8520, D5 423D, and Manish. Thank you everybody for tuning in this morning. And I always greatly appreciate it. Let me know if you want to see anything today. I'll break it down. And like I said, I'll go on and break down the presidential charts because there's a million of them. I didn't realize. I knew they had a lot of betting going on, but I didn't realize they were all on there. I was just looking at the one. I had it saved on my phone and I would just go on there and refresh it. So I wasn't really looking at the site and checking them all out, but we will today since we're a day out and it'll be fun. So guys, have a great day. Trade smart, lock in your profits. I think everything's going to be sitting tight, but the China small caps could be popping up. We'll keep our eye. That we'll find the poppers. I actually posted out I sent out a picture of my list from last night that I had the marks. I was going to do it last night. Literally after that show last night, my brain was done. I just went right to sleep, and I'll put the video up too. I didn't even get a chance to edit it. I was just waiting for it to download, and literally fell asleep sitting at my desk. So I went up to bed, and I posted the picture. But I'll be on point. Feel much better this morning. I think I needed some rest, and there you go. So have a great day, everybody, and I'll catch you later, and we'll go through the election poll charts and everything and have fun with that. So lock in your profits if you're trading today, trade smart, and I will catch you guys later. Have a great day, everybody.